Tired of the everyday grind? Want to get away from it all?
Descent into paradise.
Florida.
Greetings, everybody, from sunny Florida. Here's wishing you the best of everything. And it's my personal belief that the best of everything comes from right down here.
Well, hey, everybody. This is Steph from JustADayInParadise.com, and thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Just a Podcast in Paradise. Me and the Dip crew love living in the Sunshine State, and it's our goal to help you plan for your very own day in paradise. Follow along as we explore the Keys, theme parks, springs, and everything in between. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button so we can notify you when our new episodes are live. Also, be sure to follow the links in our show notes to dive even deeper in the discussion and fun after the show. As you know, we're always going to have a drink with you, and today we're enjoying a cocktail tribute to the man Hemingway himself that I'm calling a Big Papa. We're ready if you are, so kick up your feet, throw on your shades, put the booze in the blender, and let's take a trip to paradise. Hello, Megan and Garrett.
Hello.
Small Papa.
Good afternoon.
Small Madam.
Aw, you call me small?
Mama.
Well, you know, because there's Big Papa, Small Papa, right?
Small
you could.
Mama?
I feel like, so I don't want to jump the gun a little bit here, or a lot of bit, but I feel like you have like a Hemingway look, like if your beard was white, you know?
That's one of the nicest things I've ever heard. Because Hemingway was
He's a man's man.
he was a sex symbol.
Absolutely. If there was Tiger Beat in the 1960s, he would have been on the cover.
What? I don't even
What's
know
Tiger Beat?
what Tiger Beat is.
Am I aging myself?
Yeah.
Producer, you know what Tiger Beat is, right? Yeah, it is a magazine. It's a publication for teen girls. So there's like articles and like tear out posters of like boys that be cute, you know?
Yeah.
Like name some.
I knew it was a different
Well-
thing, like J-Teen or something like that.
Yeah, like J Poppy Pop magazine.
Something J.
Teen Smash.
17 mag.
Can we move on?
Anyway, so yeah, he would have been in that. So let's talk about today's cocktail. There was some contention in the pre-production
About the name?
about the name of the cocktail.
I thought of a name.
Tell us why you're upset.
Something that you can't tell from home is that it's garnished with a plumeria flower.
Ooh.
And so now I want to call it Papa Plumeria.
Okay, I like Papa Plumeria. It's like both because
The flavor switched on me a little bit.
Interesting.
It was better before.
so it didn't switch
Is
in a
it
good
maybe?
way.
It's
because we changed the name.
Am I tasting the spider eggs?
I think probably, yeah. So the cocktail itself is a play on a Papa Doble or a Hemingway daiquiri. Usually has rum. We substituted tequila
Whoop, whoop.
because
Always.
we're going hard. Also has grapefruit juice, key lime juice, Luxardo,
What's that?
maraschino liqueur.
What's Luxardo?
Maraschino
It's a
liqueur.
maraschino liqueur.
Oh, I thought those were two different things.
No, it's the same thing. One and the same. No, you're good. And then we garnished it with a plumeria flower plucked from Megan's own garden.
Yep.
And was that without incident?
Well, I actually recorded me plucking the flower for our TikTok. So if you're not following us
Follow
on
TikTok.
TikTok,
Follow us on TikTok.
definitely follow us. Just.take.a.dip
On TikTok.
on TikTok. Anyway,
TikTok.
and I'm looking at the flower, and there's a spider looking back at me at the center of the flower.
And then what does she do?
Well, wait. I tried to blow it away with my, breath.
Right.
It didn't work. But it was a windy day, so I just let the flower go.
No, you said, "Oh my God, Garrett, there's a spider," and then let the flower go and it hit me.
And the
Wow.
flower flew directly at Garrett.
That's scary. I'm waiting for a spider to float to the top of my cup now that I know the story. But, that's what happens when you're using real fresh ingredients. Also, I noticed you want to name this something plumeria, which is an ingredient in the cocktail.
Yes.
And why do you
Cocoa-
always want to just
Cocoa-
name the cocktail a list of ingredients?
I just
Cocoa
wanted
nutty?
to give a nod to what's in it.
Cocoa-
And listen, because this was used from an ingredient literally plucked from Florida, I also wanted to have some kind of Florida
Okay,
aspect.
what if we call it Hemingway's Garden?
I'll accept that.
I liked the Big Papa.
I do too.
How about Papa's Garden?
Why do you always...
Papa's Garden?
Maybe. That's not bad.
Papa's Garden?
That
sounds kinda like-
Bouquet. Papa's
Papa's
Orchard, because there's juices in there.
I don't know.
But grapefruits don't come from orchards, do they? I guess they probably do. Grapefruit farms?
Yeah, it's an orchard.
Yeah?
Yeah, an orchard of grapefruit.
Well, call it whatever you want. We're going to Key West this week
We're not.
in the show.
Not
Virtually.
Literally.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
But this episode actually came about by special request. We talk about Key West a lot, probably an obscene amount. I'd say we're 40% Keys, 40% Orlando, 20% everything else.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, I think so.
But that's what we like. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that fine? It's our show.
Screw off if
yeah.
you don't want to hear about it.
But the other day, someone asked me if I would send them an episode just on Key West so that they could plan a trip. And I was like, oh my God, we don't have one. We don't have one. The closest thing that we had was when we interviewed Mr. David Sloan for our special Halloween episode about Robert the Doll.
Yeah, that was scary.
That was scary. Robert hasn't cursed us or anything that I know of. If anything.
Knock on wood.
Oh, sorry, Robert, if you're listening, we love you. Was that him or was that you?
That was me.
Okay.
You knocked back.
Close. Yeah. So here we are. We're taking you through all of our we're taking you through all of our must-dos for your next trip to the Keys. We might throw in some don'ts so you don't waste your time.
Right.
And after the break, we're going to be talking about where to eat, where to stay, and what you need to do for a perfect Key West vacation. Stay tuned. Okay, Garrett, it's time for bed.
No. Wait. Can you tell me a story first?
All right, one story, and then it's nighty-night for you. Do you remember the one about Meggie Locks and the 3 cocktails?
Oh my gosh, I love this one.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Meggie Locks. She went for a walk on the beach. Pretty soon, she came upon a tiki bar. She sat down in the bar, and immediately she was served 3 beautiful cocktails. Meggie Locks can never resist a free drink. She tasted the first one and realized the straw was plastic.
No, plastic is terrible for the environment. I can't drink this.
So, she tasted the second drink.
Gross. The straw's all soggy and all I taste is paper.
So, she tasted the last cocktail.
This hay straw is perfect.
She said happily and enjoyed the rest of her delicious margarita. Well, Garrett, what's the moral of the story?
That when you use hay straws, all natural, 100% biodegradable, gluten-free, and never soggy straws, you're actually doing your part to help take care of our planet. They can be tossed right in the compost bin after and will break down naturally and return to the circle of life.
That's right, big guy.
Good night, Steph.
Good night, Garrett. We can all sleep a little easier thanks to hay straws. Visit haystraws.com to find out more. Ladies and gentlemen. So before we jump right into the list, I would say maybe let's go around the room and share what you love about Key West. Like, not like what's the vibe? You know, like what do you think of when I'm like, we're going to Key West?
Open containers.
That is pretty awesome.
So if you don't know what I mean by that, like you can just walk on the streets, alcohol in hand. Public drunkenness is welcomed.
Encouraged.
Yeah.
There's walk-up bars that you can just order a drink and keep moving. I did learn recently that it's technically illegal. Like, they could cite you for it, but they just don't.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's the
Which
same
is
thing.
pretty
There's
cool
a
of
few,
them.
There's a few places like that. I remember in college, we went to Athens, Georgia for a game. And it wasn't legal.
Right.
But they would never cite anybody, but they would cite people for jaywalking.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But anywhere like open containers, like it's just frowned upon.
You're like, I swear it's water, and they're like, you're jaywalking.
Jaywalking.
We're here for the jaywalking.
But no, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Jaywalker was my AIM username
I remember.
in high school.
Crazy Legs 344.
Crazy Likes.
Woo, it's Megan.
Legs.
Crazy Legs.
I mean,
Yeah. Are they crazy? What's crazy about them?
there's hot. I don't know.
Nice. So it should have been Hot Legs. 69420. That's your new username. Find him on TikTok. TikTok?
Tick-knock.
TikTok. Okay, Woo, it's Megan, Jaywalker, and
There was a zero in the
Crazy
woo,
Legs.
to
Yeah.
be clear.
Oh, yeah, the
W-O,
edgy.
zero.
Super edgy.
Whoa.
Yeah. All right.
Woo.
So, Garrett, what do you think of when you think of Key West?
The sheer feeling of not caring.
Yes.
Like not even
Total
like not
freedom.
even like not even like ooh YOLO, like whatever, like lying on a freaking chair, either at a pool or there's not that many beaches there,
Yeah.
but like just sitting there and just not caring.
It's like
Yes.
both pure relaxation and like turn up lit.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like I describe it as the island will tell you what you have to do next. You know, obviously
Right.
you have your plans, but the island really takes control of you. You know.
Yeah, I just oh god, just like lying down and just
Vibing.
Yeah.
just that's the best place to vibe.
I agree. I picture being, and it's gonna sound like it's not good, but it is good. Like that
Tearing your
feeling
ACL.
of no, that was not good. But that feeling of like heat, but like letting it wash over you. You know what I mean? Like you're so warm that
sweaty.
you're wearing less clothes than you normally would anywhere else,
You're
and
still
you're not,
sweating through it.
and you're still
fine with
sweating.
it.
You're fine with it because the island said it's
Right,
cool. Let it all
right,
hang out.
right.
And then you're just drinking everywhere. So you're just warm. You become one with the island, and you know wherever the road takes you is where you go,
Exactly.
or the water takes you. I guess. Do you need a refill?
Sure.
Yeah.
Garrett's drink is already empty. Steph and I are like not even halfway
It was
done.
good.
Yeah. It was good.
It's a
It's
weird
refreshing.
aftertaste after.
So when you're going to Key West, unless you are a local, you're probably, this is like a once in a lifetime thing, or maybe a couple times in a lifetime. We have the luxury of being able to go almost whenever we want or whenever we can afford it, right?
And get the time off.
Right. Yeah. So
Well,
there's some
we
variables,
drive.
but it's within driving distance, so it's not that big of a deal. But you'd be
It's a
surprised.
long drive.
It is long. What
But
is
it's
it? Like
fun.
5 hours for us?
Yeah.
4.5?
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was more than that.
I think it's 5.
We just stop a lot.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to do along the way, which we'll also talk about. But what was I saying? What was I saying?
I don't know. You were rudely interrupted.
Sorry. Wow, like you don't rudely interrupt both of us all the time.
I don't interrupt Steph. I feel like I interrupt you because you're
She
like
doesn't interrupt
Athens
you.
and
No,
Athens, Georgia.
I'm not talking
Like,
about. I'm not talking
where?
about. I'm not talking about on the podcast. But
Just in
every time
life.
else,
Just in life.
life.
So we were, oh yeah. So, this might be like, this is your trip to Key West. And I think the worst thing that you could do is not appropriately plan for the things that you want to make sure that you see. So we're going to put some stuff on your must-do list. Now, you'd be surprised how much can get packed into this tiny little island. Do I know how big it is? No, I don't. Should we look up how big it is?
Not very big.
7 square miles? 14 square miles.
No way.
Let's see.
No.
What?
way.
7 square miles. Ha! Ha!
I wasn't denying you.
I know,
Okay.
but I'm just proud of myself.
Yeah.
So the island is 7 square miles, a lot of which is residential,
It really is.
right?
I'm sure.
So while there's stuff to do like off the island in the water, it's still, there's a lot packed into a small place. So do you guys know where the name Key West comes from? Talk a little history
I
here.
don't.
It's
No?
the most
Can't say I
west
do.
key of the keys.
That may be true, but that's not why it's called that.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at a map.
Adam West founded it.
Good one. Both
Adam
wrong. It
West.
actually has nothing to do
Mine was
with
way closer,
the
I think.
compass or the direction in which the island is facing. The name Key West is actually a misnomer. Spanish settlers originally called Key West Cayo Hueso, which translates to Bone Island, referring to the bones of the Calusa Indians who had, their burial grounds and such there. So Key West is actually on an ancient Indian burial ground.
I did know this
Well,
because you guys contemplated naming a house. Bone
Yes, we were
Island.
going to build a house, call it Bone Island. It's a double entendre. 1, because we have a lot of dogs. Dogs love bones. 2, we love Key West, which is actually a misnomer for
I think
Cayo
it's
which
a
is Bone Island.
triple entendre, but we
There
won't
was
go
a triple
there.
on top.
What, really?
just
Anyway, yeah. So English speakers were like, "What are they saying? Key West?" And
Never
that's
heard
why
of
it's
it.
called that. Yeah.
White people.
White people will be like, "It's Key West." So
It is
I
west.
think.
So maybe the actual name of it was because it's the most western key.
Can you stop hitting your mic?
Because it is the most western key.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's got Indians under it.
Bone key.
Bones.
Native Americans.
Mad Native American bones under there. So I think, roundabout way of saying it, that one of the coolest reasons to visit Key West and stuff that you have to participate in has to do with Key West's robust history.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Anything to contribute in that regard? I feel like I'm like sticking it too key deer here.
I haven't done.
I'm not.
I haven't done anything when it comes
You're not
to
a huge history buff.
No, I'm not a huge history buff.
Okay.
But part of the, history becomes the mystery,
Ooh, history's mysteries.
which is like the ghosts.
Yes.
The haunts. Mm-hmm. So there are ghost tours. If you listen to our episode where we interviewed David Sloan,
That's right. Yep.
you'll hear about it. But he's not the only one doing ghost tours out there.
There's a lot
He's
of people.
not. Yeah. I've been on a couple ghost tours in Key West. There's
Not-
a big one.
1 out of 10. How great was it? I've never been to it.
So I thought it was great. Had I been
Interactive.
alone, someone else in my party was bored, which destroyed it. It's like, have you ever watched like a movie or had like a meal that you like with someone that thinks it's terrible?
No,
It ruins the taste. That's never happened to you?
I don't think so.
Good for you. Don't do it.
Megan's not very picky, so I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'll eat it all.
But yeah, the tour that we did was very interactive, which we talked about.
We had like devices to use.
We did.
Like
Yeah.
like ghost finding devices.
Yeah,
Yep.
and like heat or cold
Heat
detectors.
guns.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Basically.
super cool. Also, the Key West Cemetery is pretty freaking sweet.
Yep.
Have you been there? You've been there.
It's got fun stuff on some of the tombstones.
It's got what?
Fun things
Yeah.
on some of the tombstones.
You can go on like a little walking
Very
tour.
like haunted mansion.
Yes. Like funny ones. There's famous people, or at least famous to the history of Key West. So that's pretty cool. The lighthouse is there. The lighthouse is scary.
Never been.
Yeah.
Not either.
It's very
Why
steep.
is it scary?
It's super steep. You feel like you're gonna die if you're afraid of heights. I'm not, but for someone that is, it would be scary. But it's worth the trip if you're not.
I remember when we talked a little bit about how Key West like seceded or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
they tried to
That's pretty
secede
cool.
from the U.S. in 1982, and that's why it's called the Conch Republic to a lot of people
Yep,
that
yep.
live there. They seceded, or tried to secede from the U.S. What's it? It's not filed for war. Declared war on the United States.
Filed their taxes for war.
And then immediately we're like, just kidding.
Called their accountants
Yeah.
to file their taxes for war.
Exactly. And ever since they've been known as the Conch Republic, and natives to Key West, or at least people that live there, are called conchs. That's where that comes from. I think what you guys might be a little bit more excited about is partying in Key West,
And eating.
right?
In eating.
Partying and eating. So if you're going to party the night away in Key West, where are some places that people should see?
So I think that there's no way you should ever go to Key West without going to Rick's.
Amen.
Right.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
What is Rex?
So
What's
Rick's
Rick's,
is
Megan?
not just like one bar. I actually can't even name all the bars in there. I'm not 100% sure. But there's like an upper level that's for dancing. Get your twerk on.
Yep.
There's a lower level called Dirty Harry's, I believe.
Yes.
Where you can see live band, and it's the Dirtbags, and they are an excellent band.
Incredible
we love
band.
them. We've seen them go through different members, and they're still an excellent band.
Mm-hmm.
Can't miss it. They also have a strip club called Red Garter Saloon.
They sure do.
And they have a karaoke bar as well.
Yep.
I don't know what the name of that is. But
I don't either.
I think that is every...
There's also upstairs, there's like a frozen cocktail bar next to
Yeah.
the dance floor. And there's a tiny little bar at the very front called the Tree Bar. Which just serves like regular, cocktails. In the mornings, people walk by and they get, what is it called? The orange juice and something? Yeah, so if you're there walking by in the morning when everything else is closed, you stop by the Tree Bar and you get some hair of the dog, You Get a screwdriver with fresh squeezed orange juice and some of the best Bloody Marys on the island. And then there's a pizzeria that's open late and so necessary.
Yeah, it's like right in there, right?
Called Angelina's, I think.
So it basically has it all. You can dance, you can sing, you can hear other people sing.
Yep. You can get stripped on.
Yep.
Yep.
And you can eat pizza while doing it.
Right. You could literally go just to Rick's for the night.
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, if I
Yeah.
went to Key West and something happened where I couldn't go to Rick's, like, it would be a complete waste of a trip. I really believe that.
Yeah. True. It's like part of the vibe.
Yeah.
You kick off the night there. There's another place that I don't think I took you guys to last time we were there called the Rum Bar.
Nope.
So this is for if you're going to drink, you want to experience maybe something that's a little more casual and just enjoy some really good cocktails and not necessarily quote unquote party hard. You know, you're going to be doing upside down twerking at the Rum Bar. I mean, you could. It's Key West. But
it might be a little weird.
Might be a little weird. So it's attached to a place called the Speakeasy Inn, and they have one of the largest selections of rum that I've ever seen. They'll make you a custom rum flight, and they have the best painkillers on the island. If you've ever had a painkiller. Yeah. They also have a resident cat named Captain.
I'm listening.
He's very fat. He's probably should be like 10 pounds, and he's like 30, you know? And he has a little tag on him that says, "Don't feed me." But I have a feeling people are feeding him.
They
I
must
wouldn't
be.
be surprised.
Yeah, looks like it. He's getting
Is he
scraps.
friendly?
Oh yeah, he'll let you rub his belly and everything.
Ooh,
So-
I like him.
The night we went out, I don't remember most of it.
We went to Rick's. I'll
I
tell
remember
you
that. I remember that. Where were we when we were throwing coins into the fish's mouth?
That's a good one. So there's Sloppy Joe's, which is on the main drag, Duval, and then there's the original Sloppy Joe's, which is actually Captain Tony's. And outside of Captain Tony's is this gigantic taxidermy fish
I think it was a grouper.
thing. Is it a grouper? It's
looks
it's
like a
giant.
grouper.
So yeah, it makes sense it would be a grouper. And it's like a tradition that you stand underneath it backwards and you try to, reverse toss a quarter into
We had
its
like
mouth.
infinity coins.
Yeah, we had like
Where'd we
2
get 'em?
rolls of quarters. We brought them for just that purpose.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
And I did not get one in.
Yeah, I got
did.
one. Garrett got one. The
Everyone
producer
but
got
me.
one. Right,
Really.
yeah. And then we were like giving out quarters to other people. That was a good time.
Yep.
I think
It
that's
was
where we
sweaty.
worked up a lot of the sweat.
Oh, God, I was so
I got
sorry.
Yeah.
close many times, but no cigar.
Yeah, but no
Yeah, no, that was...
thing.
There were just snippets
Pilar.
of that night.
Yeah.
I remember Rick's well.
Uh-huh.
And then the last thing I truly remember was when we locked arms and did shots like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the last thing I really remembered.
Wow.
Then I remember the fish. Then I remembered a place that I kind of blacked back in at.
Blacked
And
in.
I
Fat
wasn't-
Tuesdays?
No, well, I kind of remember that. But after that,
If it's what I think you're going to say,
yeah,
that brings
wasn't
us
a
to
good-
our next
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
that
So-
wasn't a good way to...
So I think that everyone should go here. Well, not everyone. I think that you should go here even if it sounds like you won't like it.
Yeah. So we've talked about
Be
history. We've
uncomfortable.
talked about, partying the night at some of our favorite place to get drinks. And now what I think you guys are alluding to
Yes.
is burying it all in Key West. So,
A place that you won't find anywhere else.
yeah.
In America.
Maybe the French
in the United
Riviera.
States.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about Key West. There's 2 kinds of people. There's one, the people that take their clothes off, and 2, the people that watch other people take their clothes off. Not
was
that you
like
have
I
to
was
do
like
that,
half
but it's
and
like a
half, I
metaphor.
guess.
You know what I mean? So tell us what the Garden of Eden is.
So it's a rooftop bar. It's on top of the Bull. And
The Bull and Whistle Bar.
The Bull and Whistle Bar, which is kind of like a, I don't know, like a,
Yeah, it's kind of like a dive bar.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
that. It's
They
like a
have some
big
good
dive
bands
bar.
there sometimes, yeah.
And then on top of that is Garden of Eden, and it's got like a lush wall surrounding the perimeter. So all you see is plants, and people that look up from the bottom can only see plants. They don't see anyone naked.
You're right.
Wait, people are naked?
What?
What?
Oh, yeah. Did we leave that detail out?
What?
We haven't
So
said it yet.
you can't see out, and people can't see in. You can only, see if you get in there. Get in there.
Right.
You
So-
go up the stairs. You take your clothes off if you want to.
Optional.
It is a
it's clothing optional.
fully nude bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fully nude.
You can
And
wear as much or as little as you want.
Yeah.
Get your body painted.
Yep.
So you can be like nude for the time it takes for your body to be painted, and then you're not really nude anymore.
Needless to say, there were a lot more men naked than women.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of
Like it was like
Yeah.
5-to-1, like men to women.
We met
ratio
some
naked.
naked
Right.
newlyweds in the past.
We
when we were there.
did meet naked newlyweds. They were super happy to be
Yep.
together.
Very
naked.
friendly.
It was a good night. It was
Yeah.
a good night. I unbuttoned my shirt.
Yep. There was a little Garrett nip slip in there.
Yeah.
It's
You know?
worth going even if you're a prude because you're like, oh, what's
Right.
happening
Ooh,
all
that's
around
the thing,
me?
you know,
Yeah.
live a little. I think Key West has this like connotation that everywhere you go, everyone's nude, and that is not the case
No.
at all.
No, just that one bar.
There is that one bar where you can or cannot wear clothes, and it's hot. So if you're into nudity, that's a place where you want to go air everything out.
If you're in a nudity, hit us up at the
At the Tip Crew on Twitter. So that's pretty fun.
and that's also where I
Open
save
all day
Steph.
long. You can do there, get rid of your tan
Crack of
lines.
dawn.
Yeah.
That's where I save Steph
The
too.
butt crack of dawn. Yeah, I did. I had a naked. Well, I wasn't naked, but the other person was naked. We had a dance off. I pulled out some sick moves, so sick that I tore my knee, some type of ligament. Never got it checked out because that's how I roll.
And we're on the third story. There's no elevator.
Right. Yeah. So I basically had to balance beams while Garrett spotted me.
Right, so
For 3
that's a
stories.
good point. If you
Yeah.
are handicapped in any way,
You cannot go.
Physically.
I'm
Like,
sorry, but
sorry.
you won't be able to get up there. They don't have an elevator.
They do not. Yeah.
No.
But if you have a big, strong friend
Yeah.
that can do a little fireman carry up and down the stairs, then you can make it.
Yeah.
If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. They say that about New
There
York,
are
but
seats
it's actually
up
about
there.
the Garden of
I've
Eden.
never sobered up so quickly that night.
the
Oh,
evening.
another thing about going out.
Okay.
Probably the last thing you do are those hot dog carts.
Yes. So I didn't have that on here. So I do. That's a good segue to food. So
I wouldn't call them food.
Oh, it's food.
It's
And
food.
it's good and it's unique.
yeah. So I wanted to talk about places that you guys feel like our friends should eat when they're in Key West. So I've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but this would be like middle of
snack.
the night. Eat to save your life food. So we talked about Angelina's at Rick's, but there's also a hot dog cart that does live right outside the Bull and Whistle.
Yes.
That's pretty freaking
and
awesome.
it's like a taco dog.
Well, there's different
didn't know.
kinds,
Yes.
but the taco dogs
But
are
that's
really
like
good.
I think the standout item. It's like hard to describe, but it's got like cilantro on
Onions,
there,
yeah.
onions,
Oh, it's really
some kind of
good.
delicious sauce, and it's very delicious.
Yeah. And it's one of those hot dog carts that you can smell from all around.
Mm.
Like if you feel like you can't find it, just follow your nose because it's there.
Right.
I think they have like brats,
Yes.
you know? They probably
But-
have
They
dick
do
butt.
that.
I
Yeah,
say
that's what
get the
got.
taco
I got
dog.
a brat.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's really good. And they'll wrap it up for you so you can, bring in the Uber.
Take
eat-
it to your hotel.
Yeah, be in private with it. So let's circle back to breakfast.
I haven't had a really good breakfast meal there yet.
Oh, because we didn't go to Blue Heaven. That's why.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yep.
when we last went, Blue Heaven was closed.
Yep.
Sadness.
Yeah. R.I.P. But it's back open. And if you're heading down to Key West, absolutely go to Blue Heaven. So what's so special about Blue Heaven, Meg?
Megan.
There are a few things I think that are special about it. One, it's completely outdoor seating,
Yes.
and it's
Well, actually, that's not true. They do have some indoor seating.
it's
Really?
Very
mostly
limited.
outdoor
Mostly
seating.
outdoor seating.
And
Yeah.
it's like colorful and like just a pretty like open space, and there are chickens all in the space.
Yes, chickens and roosters.
Yep.
And
And a
some
cat.
artists. And yes, and a cat. Might be more than one cat. Is it just one cat?
I think I've only seen one, but there definitely could be more than one.
I'm sorry. I love you both. I'm just so on a completely different side when it comes to having animals near me when I eat.
Really? You don't like
It's
it?
entertainment.
Yeah.
No. It's dirty. Sorry.
Is it?
I think it's dirty.
They're not in the kitchen.
You are eating
Do you
them.
know that?
No, I don't. But
Exactly.
I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
Okay.
I don't mind. It's like
I don't know.
You're like
It's just-
one
that's
with
just
you're
always
one
been-
with the environment.
I don't know. It's always just been my. I don't know.
So it grosses you
Anyway,
out. So you
enough
could eat
of
inside.
Garrett, who's a naysayer.
Okay. Sorry. I thought
don't
I could voice my own-
naysay.
I thought I could voice my
They're
opinion.
pretty famous for their key lime pie.
Yes, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't like. No, I don't like meringue on my key lime pie.
It's
What
got
is
like
it?
Meringue
a very tall
Meringue is like
heap
an
of
egg
meringue
white
on top.
type of like sweet, fluffy thing, but it's so much,
Yeah.
and I want whipped cream or nothing.
I think
I don't want
part
meringue.
of the appeal is the way it looks. 'Cause
Yes.
It's a huge serving of meringue.
I prefer their banana bread. Have you had their banana bread?
I have not.
Yeah, it's really good.
I love banana bread.
Banana bread is.
So they serve. Maybe I can get you back. You can forget about the roosters for a second, being on the ground. They serve banana bread with all their breakfast entrees. You can either have, I think it's toast.
So it's
or
just like
banana bread.
regular bread. You don't have to pay for more.
Right?
No, right.
That's just like they serve it with the food.
Love that.
Yeah. They have incredible Benedicts. I get a surf and turf eggs Benedict, which has filet and lobster on it.
Surf and-
Didn't you get a lobster grilled cheese from there?
Yes, a lobster BLT last time I was there. It was so freaking good.
love BLTs.
I've also had shrimp and grits there, which I don't normally like shrimp and grits. I don't normally order shrimp dishes, but the shrimp and grits there is incredible.
Great pancakes if you love pancakes.
Yeah.
Huge pancakes.
Yeah, if you eat breakfast there, there's not a lot you're
not
going to
gonna
want
eat
to
anything
do.
else.
Yeah, do after that. But also, Cuban Coffee Queen, I think, is a nice casual spot to
Never
stop
mind.
at.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I did have a great breakfast there.
There you go. And there
Cuban
were
Coffee
roosters.
Queen. We went there twice.
There you
Yeah.
go. So
That's
what'd
one
you
of my
like about
favorite
it?
spots.
What did I like about it?
Yeah.
The the Cuban bread.
Oh,
Yes.
God,
Mm-hmm.
but like, what did I get? I got like a steak and cheese,
Maybe.
an egg with like mayo.
Mm.
Oh my God, I'm like fucking salivating right now. Sorry.
That's okay.
I don't even
They
remember
have a
what
few
I got.
different breakfast
I'm like,
sandwiches,
oh my
regular
God.
sandwiches,
the
super
coffee.
cheap. Yeah, the coffee's incredible. You can get straight up Cuban coffee. They have like turmeric lattes, Cuban like coladas. What else? What are they called? Cortaditos.
Cortadito?
Yeah. Guava stuff, and Kermit's key lime pie on a stick is available for
Yeah,
purchase there,
and for breakfast.
which is part of every Key West balanced breakfast.
And what they do, that I think they do in quite a few other places, but it was the first time I've seen it, is a Cuban mix or like a
Yes.
mixed sandwich where they
Yes.
it's like a Cuban sandwich but it's got lettuce, tomato, and onion on it, which they usually don't.
Right.
At least nowhere in Naples.
not for you.
Not for me.
And I really like that. Like I didn't ever think to put it on there, but it gives it this
Yeah,
like,
it gives it
nice
freshness.
that I'm really into. Their sandwiches were so good that we did go back twice in a short amount of time.
Oh yeah, I would go every morning that I was there if it
my
was
God,
close
the
enough.
mayo, the mayo.
And they actually have two locations. So one is by like the port before you get on some of the excursions, which is really convenient. And then I think it's actually also where what is it called? The Key West Express drops you off, like right in front of a Cuban Coffee Queen, the original location. And then there's one downtown also. And then lunch. We don't usually eat lunch while we're there because we just have liquid lunch.
If I were gonna do lunch
Mm-hmm.
there, I would do DJ's Clam Shack.
Yeah, for sure.
If I were gonna do lunch there, I would do it on Fury.
Yes. Go out on an excursion,
we'll
get
get
your
there.
complimentary
Right, I
lunch.
assume we're gonna talk about
yes.
Fury.
Oh, totally.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So DJ's Clam Shack is, despite the name, pretty famous for their lobster rolls, but also famous for their clams.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, we've talked about it in I think the last episode.
It was maybe a couple episodes ago.
We've talked about it before.
Yeah.
But it's a delicious heaping portion of lobster,
Mm.
a little bit of mayo, some tarragon mayo, I think is what it is.
Yum.
So delicious. The clams I've never had, but they're also really good. They have like jalapenos and
I just have to get
garlic.
them next time.
Yeah.
I just have to do it.
What's tarragon mayo? Sounds delicious.
Tarragon's
Tarragon's
like
an
a
herb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
I
And
wouldn't
it's like
think
a
of it for
walk-up
fish.
place, which I think is why it's good for lunch.
Yes.
Like, you can, like, it's not going to take a huge chunk out of your day. You can just pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
We did talk about. No, wait. I don't think we talked about this part when we talked about that they had a lobster roll eating contest and they made like 60 or 70 lobster roll, or more than that.
Nobody
Like,
could eat them all.
A crap ton of lobster rolls, and everybody ate like 2 of them.
And they,
Yeah.
gave
They gave
away
them all
so many
like
lobster
hundreds of them
rolls.
for
They're
free.
Like, please take the lobster rolls.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, they
Because all
made
that
this-
bread.
It was supposed to be like a hot dog eating hunt. I think it was like 4th of July weekend or something like that. It's
think it
supposed
was
to be like a hot
Memorial
dog,
Day.
yeah, or something
and
like
it's
that.
hot. How many
Yeah.
of those could you eat?
And so they get
Jeez.
all these guys to do it, and they all finish at like 2.
Yeah. Wow. That's too bad. I bet you could do 3.
But that's how generous
I-
the portion is.
Yeah, it
it's
is a pretty big
insane-
portion.
It's like almost a full lobster
Yeah.
in there.
That sounds good. I want that.
Yeah.
So there's a place that we discovered on our last trip. Because the more times you go, the more new things I think you feel like you want to try, and the less concerned you are about the quality, maybe like seafood, and, like the kitschy stuff, and you just want like, where do the locals eat? You know?
Yes.
And we found this place. What did she say it was called?
Wingmasters.
Wingmasters. It's a hole in the wall. Like literally. It's like there's a screen door and a countertop with like 3 or 4 seats. You walk up, you get stuff to go, I think mostly. And it's called Wingmasters, but the cheesesteak is one of the best cheesesteaks I've ever had.
Why?
So you know when the meat is like super like thin
Yeah.
so that it gets like a little bit of a crisp on it, but it's not like tough or overcooked. You know what I mean?
It's like curly.
Yes.
Almost.
Yeah.
And then they kind of like not quite mince it, but you get just like tiny pieces, and then you get the onions all in that, and then the cheese, so it almost forms like a cheesesteak, like gooey mass, rather than like layers of meat and cheese and stuff.
She's describing a cheesesteak.
No, but you know how sometimes you get the meat's too thick, and it's not like
it's very
like
very
chewy.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's hard to eat. Oh my gosh, so like perfectly salty, super rich and cheesy. Oh my gosh, so
Don't
good.
get me started.
The bread's so good.
You just ate so much Taco Bell, and I want
Probably
cheesesteak.
mayonnaise. I mean, I think we got it on the side. I don't like mayonnaise on my cheesesteak.
That's odd to me.
crazy.
It needs a sauce.
I don't think it does. That's what the cheese is.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, cheese is not a sauce. I disagree.
But then that's all you taste is mayonnaise.
Nope.
If it's not a good cheesesteak,
Wrong.
I think you need a sauce on it. If it's really good, I'm wrong?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and it's basically free. This place was,
All right. Give
I
me
would
an
go there.
idea. Like, what would a cheesesteak run ya?
I'm on the website.
$7.
They don't even have a website, you guys.
Good.
They
So
don't
it's
even
legit.
have a
They're
website.
like, figure it out.
That's how real it is.
Perfect.
Let's see the menu. Cheesesteak. A foot-long cheesesteak is $9.95. I don't think you need a whole one.
$9.95?
Yeah.
That's
I do need
reasonable.
a whole
yeah.
Pretty good, right?
I do need a whole.
Yeah, you do, which you could, but that's not a lot of money, right, for a foot long?
No.
Yum.
That's delicious.
Yum,
All
yum,
right.
yum.
Should we talk about dinner?
Yeah, I had something.
Okay.
Can
For
I say?
dinner? Yeah.
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 It's a little. I might be taking yours, Megan, but
It's all of ours.
it's a little place called Mary Ellen's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell us about Mary. We discovered that. I don't know that we planned to go there. We kind of just happened
ended up
upon
just
it.
going there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Megan, you're so much. You can articulate this a lot better.
He's
Please.
like, I want to steal it from you, but can you actually talk about it?
But you,
I want to say the name,
Did I steal it
but
from you? Is that what
you.
you were gonna say?
No,
But you talk about
I'm glad
it.
you mentioned it. So Mary Ellen's isn't necessarily a dinner place. It is a bar, but they have good food, and they have like a little like, those like doors that are like half doors that have like a counter, like a counter door,
Yeah.
where you can go order the food, like separate from the bar. It's kind of like a little cubby hole to order the food. I think it's cute. Anyway. So you can go there like late at night for a good time and maybe get food if you're hungry, or you could go there for dinner. We went there for dinner and we were not disappointed, but it's not like a dining experience.
Right,
to be
right, right.
clear.
Yeah, it's a bar.
But it's very like eclectic decorations. It's almost like Christmas lights.
Yeah, they have Christmas lights on the
It's got
ceiling.
like old timey decorations, and they have a frozen Irish coffee that is they're really like notable for. It's got like an Oreo crumble on top. They have a adult kids meal, which is what I got.
That's right. Didn't it have a
And
toy in it?
delicious.
It was a Lunchable.
Yeah.
It came with a toy in it. It was in a little like treasure chest, like cardboard box. Delicious chicken nuggets. They have great sauce. It was very,
They have a
very
ton of
impressed with
sauce.
the food.
All their
Yeah.
food
Yeah.
was very, very
and
good.
and different. Like it was American food, but like their own spin on it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes.
The cool thing about it also is I don't think they had like bottles of liquor. I'm pretty sure everything was mixed like on tap.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure everything was
their
mixed.
cocktails are on tap. But
Oh,
you
that's
can,
what
you
it
can
was.
get what you want.
But they still have a full bar.
Yeah.
I didn't remember seeing. Okay, yeah.
I had a drink with a Slim Jim in it.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was on
that was
tap.
cool. Yeah.
The Slim Jim came out of the tap.
What was it called? It had a
Like,
weird
It
name.
came out of the tap.
Yeah. I don't remember, but I saw that it had a Slim Jim in it, and I was like, ordered.
Done.
God,
They also, I
Did
believe,
it
on.
come with a shot as well?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was
fire.
it was
It was a
everything
drink
that I
with
would
a Slim
want.
Jim in it and a shot.
And a
on the
shot.
side.
Like, yes, I'll take that. I believe every Thursday nights they have dildo races for charity.
Yes, and on Mondays they have a drunken spelling bee, which I have never seen anywhere ever
that
before.
sounds fun.
No,
But
it
I
doesn't.
really feel like I would
Yeah.
rock it, and I
Yes.
want to
Doesn't
go.
sound fun.
But it's on Monday, but I still want to go.
Right. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Mary Ellen's, that's a good time. Also relatively inexpensive.
Yes.
And definitely
And
Instagrammable.
not on Duval, but right, like it's literally you just
Yeah,
turn the
right off
corner.
Duval.
Yeah.
Yes, you can totally walk to it. If you want something a little bit nicer, we'll just keep like leveling up a little bit. You know we love Blackfin, best burger I
Yes.
think in Key West. They also it's like a little bistro, so they have
A
fresh
small menu.
pastas.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
small
have a bar.
menu.
That
No,
doesn't have a
that's
bar.
wine and beer. But they're very helpful and accommodating, so they'll help you find something to pair with your meal. Also, we tried out for the first time Flaming Buoy.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Which was good.
That was
very
random.
Where was
yeah,
that?
very
It
random.
wasn't on Duval.
No.
It was off it though, because it was in Old Town. somewhere.
Yes, and they had some cool stuff like a lobster mac and cheese. They
Yeah,
had like
American
I don't
chop
even know
suey.
what it was called, but it was like an Asian noodle dish. So it was very. It was also like an eclectic.
Yeah, like
menu.
spaghetti chili.
And then
Like very
randomly-
random
Yes.
menu.
And like their decor was like half of it was Star Wars.
It
Their
was
entire
so cool.
bathroom.
Yeah,
was
they had
Star
like a
Wars.
Boba Fett helmet
Yeah.
at the
So
hostess
cool.
stand.
Loved it.
Our waiter
had, like,
pulled out a lightsaber.
Modern decor with
So
like pop
cool.
culture themes. Very cool.
Yeah, definitely an interesting place. You guys haven't been to this place, but I think it's a nice spot to have a romantic meal. It's called Louie's Backyard. They have a lot of local food. The menu changes really often. They have good cocktails, and it's right on the water. So if you time it right with sunset, it's a beautiful place to watch the
Nice.
sunset and have dinner. Something that we missed for breakfast. I don't know if we all did this together. Oh yeah, we did. Bagatelle for breakfast. They have hangover happy hour,
Was that
which is
upstairs?
great. Yeah, that's upstairs.
Oh,
We
I
didn't do
recall.
hangover happy hour, but I think it's from 11 to 2 every day. Whatever, it's kind of like brunch time. If you sit at the bar, they have their brunch menu, but in small plates, and it's like $4 or $5 for a
And
plate.
That is
It's
on
great.
Duval, right?
Yes.
So what's cool about Bagatelle is they have upstairs outdoor seating.
Yeah.
So you can like watch the people on Duval as you eat. So it's a nice like scenic place to eat.
Yeah, it's great. Speaking of the sun setting, there's another place that you can eat and watch the sunset. If you go over to Sunset Key and eat at Latitudes, probably the most opulent dining experience that you could have if you're there for a special occasion, because the only way to get to Sunset Key is by one of their small little private boats.
Ooh.
You know? Yeah, it's
Never
fancy.
been.
Neither have I. I've made a few reservations and then never gone. You know? Sorry, guys. And then you don't have to take a boat to get to Mallory Square. We went last
Yeah.
time and
Yeah.
it was kind of dead because of COVID, but you've been before, Megan, when it's more lively.
Yes.
Do you like the vibe?
I'm a big fan. They have people that like might be like selling like a little bit of their craft. They have people doing live performances, like street performers. So some
Yeah.
might be like playing guitar. Some people might be doing like crazy stunts.
Juggling,
Yeah. Yeah.
juggling ferrets.
You can get
They
like,
could be.
henna tattoos there.
Yes.
You know? So it's just like a marketplace almost, but
Yeah.
like impromptu. It's not like organized. It's just people just take advantage of the space and the sunset crowd, and it's just it's a really cool spot.
Yeah, so people come out for sunset. You know, you browse all the wares, watch some of the live entertainment. The sun goes into the sea. Everybody applauds and then goes off into the night to explore. Some other things to talk about, you know, especially talking about the water. I think this is the obvious one, so I wanted to save it a little bit toward the end. But it's obvious to me because you're surrounded by water, but I don't think it's necessarily where people that love ecotourism think of as going to Key West. But Key West is home to the third largest barrier coral reef in the world. Known as the Florida Straits, Key West Coral Reef extends 150 miles north towards Miami and 70 miles west toward the Dry Tortugas, and it's the largest in North America. So you can explore the reef and have some fun. There's a few different ways you can do that. We're pretty fond of our friends at Fury.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they have a few different excursions. You can go on snorkeling adventures. They have like a reefs and margaritas tour where you go on a huge catamaran. They even do like sunset charters where you don't have to even get in the water. But our favorite's the eco tour. Did you guys like the eco tour? We took
yeah.
you on that last time. What do
It's
you
got
think?
everything, really. It's a good time. It's relaxing. It's engaging.
Mm-hmm.
It's alcoholic.
Yes,
Very.
breakfast, lunch provided.
So you start with snorkeling. Mm-hmm. It's the first thing you
I'm
do.
happy you start with
You
and
have
what
to do it
like
sober, I think,
about
is why.
Fury specifically is that they don't just like throw you in the water, like have a good time.
Right.
They're committed to like helping you make the most out of it. Like they're looking in the water with you. They want to find the cool stuff. Like they want to show you this stuff. They want it to be, you know, a unique experience. They're all
course.
trying really hard to make that happen. So after you snorkel, then
Then,
it's time to pop bottles.
yes, champagne
So
and beer.
You don't want to drink before snorkeling because you know there's
They won't let you.
a drowning risk.
Yes, it definitely increases the puking and drowning.
So sober snorkel, champagne,
Yep.
mimosas,
Yes.
food,
Yep.
beer.
food like fried chicken,
Oh,
sandwiches,
really good fried chicken.
fish dip, and then you go paddleboarding / kayaking. Basically, whichever
Yes.
one you want, or both. We did do both.
Yep.
And they take you all through. They pick up lobsters. They pick up Cassiopeia jellyfish.
Conchs.
Conchs.
Conchs. I conked.
And you're just like vibing on a kayak, a little mimosa tipsy.
They'll usually bring you out to a sandbar.
Yeah.
So if like the more, what do you call it? What is it? The more physically
Impaired?
Yeah, or whatever. If you don't want to do stuff, if you're trying to just chill, you can just lay up on a sandbar. Yeah. They'll give you a noodle. You just kick back with your mimosa and you're good to go.
Yeah.
There's also another tour that we've been on called Danger Charters, which is a similar type of tour, but it's a sailboat.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it was cool. It's a little cramped for me. I don't like to touch strangers when I'm on a tour. I don't know. Well, they just kind of pack it in, you know, where I feel like Fury doesn't really do that. You still get a little bit of space, but it's cool because it's unique. So you can actually sail while you're out if you get some good wind. Another thing that is fantastic, I've heard, but I've never done because I don't want to commit to an entire day, is Dry Tortugas National Park. If you love snorkeling, if you love national parks, I believe it's one of the only ones that you can only access by boat or plane.
Cool.
As far as national parks.
I've never been.
Yeah.
An entire day because of how long is the boat ride?
Yeah, because it takes a while. If you go by plane, it's a little less time. If you take the boat, I think it's like an hour and a half each way or something. And then you're out there for like 4 hours, you know, so you get to explore the fort. There's an old fort out there.
Cool.
And yeah, and you can snorkel and explore. But it's a whole day.
When it comes to stuff like that, if I'm going to go in the water and snorkel and everything and then get out and go walk around a fort, I'm going to need to change of clothes.
Yeah. I guess you could keep a change of clothes on the boat.
That's just me, though.
I want to do it.
I do, too. I just need to bring a backpack.
Yeah. If I had like a whole week down in the Keys, I'd probably do it. But we're usually trying to pack up so much in a short period of time. And then the last thing, and this is really about how you plan your trip and if it makes sense to you. And also if you want to plan your trip to make sure you avoid these things. Key West hosts a lot of festivals throughout the year. I think the most infamous is Fantasy Fest.
Yep.
That's where it's basically like the Garden of Eden runneth over. And there's just nudity and debauchery all over.
But it gets a little weirder. They might be clothed, but not traditional.
Right. You might have a little top hat for your winky or whatever. People will go out in costumes. There will be all sorts of costume contests and parties. Places that normally you could just get in might have a cover. The streets are just packed. I mean, my gosh.
Did you say when that is yet?
It's in October. It's around Halloween. So the last day of the festival is actually Halloween, like for the kids. That's how they close it out. So everybody puts their clothes on and they give kids candy.
Do they, though?
Well, one of those happens.
They give candy to the kids.
Yeah. If you are not into the crowds, you want to be able to get in places and you don't want to dress up, I would skip Fantasy Fest. But if all those things sound really exciting for you, Fantasy Fest is on this year. Normally they have a theme. I don't know that it's been announced yet, but definitely check it out and get your hotels way early because it's going to be expensive.
It's like the most party-centric festival.
Yeah, people liken it to, what's it?
Mardi Gras?
Yeah, except it's a little bit more organized.
And more naked.
More naked. And
Mardi Gras is pretty naked.
Yeah, I've never been to Mardi Gras. But I have been to Fantasy Fest, and it's a lot of flesh.
How many kids do you think have been scarred from trick-or-treating there?
Nobody's naked on so the residential areas are very different than
like Duval.
Yeah, like I probably, if I lived there, wouldn't bring my kids downtown during Fantasy Fest. You know what I mean? It's easily avoidable for the locals. There's also the Songwriter Fest. So every year, songwriters of some of your favorite tunes go down to the Keys and they will perform some of those songs. They have concerts. They have live shows. Pretty much everywhere that you go has a live musician playing all day long around the clock. It's a lot of fun. They close down Duval and they'll do concerts and stuff. But another one that it can get pretty expensive if you're not planning on it. Then there's the Key Lime Festival. Hemingway Days, where every year Sloppy Joe's holds a Hemingway lookalike contest. So, Garrett, you might want to think about
I need to get more stress in my beard.
Right, get a stress beard. And then Lobster Fest, because Florida Keys, Spiny Lobster.
Spiny Lobster, yep.
Mini season, hashtag mini season.
That's it.
Are two things available year-round that we missed.
Okay.
So one, if you're into history and you're into cats.
Yeah.
The Hemingway house.
Yes.
So it's Hemingway's old house, and he had like an affinity for six-toed cats. So you can see all different six-toed cats on the property that just live there. It's really cool, really fun. Something that I think that parents and kids can enjoy together. Mm-hmm. Because kids don't really care about history, but they might care about the cats.
I care about history.
I didn't as a kid, so maybe I'm just
or as an
speaking for
adult
myself.
Mm-hmm.
Or
ever.
Yes, and then the other thing is the Key West Butterfly Nature Center.
Yes. Yeah, that was kind of, I kind of packaged like the last thing is it's okay to be a tourist. You know, I think there's those things like the Hemingway house and like the butterfly, what is it? Conservancy? Butterfly? Conservatory. That you'd think, it's going to be touristy, it's going to be lame, but they're not lame. They're actually really cool.
Yes.
So you enjoyed it, right?
I really, really love the Butterfly Conservatory. In fact, as much as I love cats, I think I like it better than the Hemingway house, because the Hemingway house is like a led tour. So like, it's not like you have freedom to just pet all the cats.
Pick them up, put them in your face.
It's like you're going through the guide.
Right.
Where the Butterfly Conservatory, you're just basically released into this like butterfly sanctuary, and you can experience it however you want.
There's birds.
You can walk through at your leisure.
Flamingos.
There's cute birds. There's flamingos. The butterflies get like very close to you, and it's just a very like relaxing and pretty experience.
Yeah.
And air conditioned.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yes.
And, you know, sometimes if you're there on a rainy day and you're looking to just like kill an hour or something while the storm passes, that's a great place to do it. Also, the aquarium. The Key West Aquarium.
Didn't get to go to that.
It's pretty cool. You can feed nurse sharks. Cool. They have a pretty big touch tank. They have an isopod. You know what that is?
No.
Yes,
It's like
I don't like them.
It was pretty cool.
They're scary.
They look mustachioed.
Ah.
Yeah. They're basically like a deep sea albino cockroach. That's how I would describe it.
I had a triops, which
Oh,
is like
yeah.
a
I
small,
understand why you don't
almost
like
like
them, I
miniature
guess.
isopod.
I
Yeah.
understand why you don't
Steph,
like
I don't even understand why you are okay with them.
You know, because I don't like bugs because they're like small and I can't make sense of
look
them.
like,
But when they're big, it's not quite as scary.
They look like,
I know,
what's
sounds
it
weird.
called, man?
They're terrifying. They look devious. Google
Oh no, I think he
images
looks
isopod.
cute. It looks like they have a mustache. Yeah, doesn't he look like a
You're
mustache?
sick.
Yeah, Steph, that's
You don't like
weird.
it?
He looks like he's plotting.
So anything else we missed? I mean,
Sorry.
do you think,
and they like...
I'm sorry I brought up isopods.
Aren't those the things that are in like the shrimp?
Oh, I think they might be something like that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
ew.
it doesn't matter.
Gross. Yeah, Steph,
I think that's
you're
something different, but it's
freaking
parasitic. It's like a guy that like plucks like shrimp out of like the water where he lives and like pulls like the little parasites out of
I
them.
don't like stuff like that.
He's helping them out.
Weird. Then what the hell is this?
That's an isopod. Totally
No!
different. He does not live in a shrimp. What kind of shrimp could he live in? A giant
big.
shrimp? That would be scary.
Is isopod the species or the actual like?
That's a giant isopod. There are small ones. Tell me he doesn't look devious.
Yeah, he does kind of. He's cute. So
This is great podcast.
yeah,
by
this
the
is
way.
classic. This is going to be
Google
one of
images
the better.
isopod and
yeah.
tell me if you're not triggered.
So Key West, is it a must?
Yes.
I agree. If
Absolutely.
if you're coming to Florida and you're not thinking about Key West, you totally should. It's a place like no other. You can feel like you're in another freaking country.
And
you're safe
I
in
would
the US.
say, don't bring your kids.
Yeah, you
bring your
can.
kids.
If
You
you
can do
really
it,
want to bring your kids,
But,
you
like,
could,
you're not
but
gonna have
don't.
as fun,
But try
much
not
fun.
to.
Like, you're not. And
Yeah.
then you're also like, you're not gonna have as much fun, or you're gonna bring the kids to the fun, and you're gonna be a bad parent.
That's true.
If you didn't live here and you could plan only one vacation to Florida, I would say go to Key West.
I agree. I totally agree. And I think you're going to get the most bang for your buck if you plan. If you're going to bring kids, Uber plan, because you want to know what time of year you're going and what you're scheduling for you guys to do. And one thing that we didn't put on here, I think it's a must, especially for how expensive certain times of year can be in the Keys, is have a day where you just hang out at the resort,
Yes.
right?
The hotels are pricey.
Yeah, but a lot of them are beautiful. They have really nice pools, and you get to enjoy some of that beautiful Florida weather. So
If you would like to potentially see a recommendation, check out our YouTube channel.
that's right.
We did a video on the Perry Hotel, which is actually on Stock Island, but it's
Yeah.
very, 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 very close. Like, it sounds far.
Super
it's
classy.
Not. It's not far. And it's beautiful. And it's on a marina.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing some more hotel reviews from throughout the Keys later this month, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in to Just a Podcast in Paradise. We are so happy that you took time out of your day to hang out with us. We would would love it if you would subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And be sure to leave us a 5-star review if you had fun with us tonight. Also, if you're looking for a way to show us some love and copies of every week's cocktail recipe, check out our Patreon so we can continue to work hard to make your next Florida vacation the most memorable trip that you've ever had. You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Just Take a Dip for daily updates on what's happening around Florida, and check out our YouTube channel, Just a Day in Paradise, for destination ideas, restaurant reviews, unboxing things you might want to take on your next trip, and copycat recipes from some of your favorite places in paradise. We're wishing you a little bit of sunshine wherever you are, and we hope to see you in paradise soon. Say goodbye, guys.
Oh, bye. I was zoning out completely. Sorry.
Still looking at isopods.
Were you dreaming of isopods?
Why do we like to be